Hi guys, so today we're going to go through something that I call the double step. The double step is used once you've landed the rear hand to close the gap on your opponent quickly. So you may have landed a rear hand and they've blocked it, double forearm block, and it's pushed them backwards. You may have thrown the rear hand, they may have stepped back, so you want to double up the rear hand. Or you may have thrown the rear hand, landed it, buzzed them, they're dropping back, and you want to capitalise on that by landing another power shot. Now the good thing about the double step, or the important thing about the double step, is it allows you to land another power punch, like I say, while closing the distance and keeping everything balanced. So if you can imagine, once you've landed, it doesn't matter if you're an orthodox or a southpaw, it works exactly the same. So if I've landed a nice rear hand, or at least I've thrown a rear hand, my opponent is now going backwards. Now, I want to close the gap on my opponent so I can land another rear hand. The weight at the moment is more on the front foot. Back foot is obviously pivoted up, isn't it? So to go forwards at speed now and get excited, I've got to bring this hand all the way back and then start pushing forwards again off the rear hand. All takes too long. Boom. All takes too long. I'm giving my opponent time to recover, time to move. So what I want to do is, after I've landed the rear hand, this is where the double step comes in. It looks like this. Boom, boom. See the difference in speed? Here. Oh, I think that was a double step anyway. Here, here, versus bah, bah. I'm straight in with that double step. Now it allows me to land two rear hands in quick succession, both powerful while staying balanced. How do I do it? Simple. It's almost going against what we initially tell you in day one of footwork. So we throw the rear hand, boom. Now as it retracts, my rear foot steps first. Normally when you go forwards, it's the lead foot that goes first. This time, the rear foot goes first as I retract the hand. The rear foot takes a small step. What I don't want to see is that. Your feet shouldn't come together. They will reduce the distance in the stance, but your feet won't actually come together. So I've gone here. As I retract it, I bring it about halfway. Probably even halfway, probably a little bit too much. So a quarter of the way. Now I push forwards again off the rear foot, boom, and it allows me to throw my rear hand again. So there, there, again, there, there. Faster, bah, bah. See how it lands me, and allows me, bah, bah. Throw two rear hands straight down the pipe, staying balanced. Okay, so that's why I call it a double step. We're now going to show you two ways that you can put it on a bag to enhance the drill. If you haven't got a bag, doesn't matter, you can shadow box it. If you've got a pad holder, let them be your opponent. They'll take the shot there, they'll take a step back, you close the gap with the double step and then throw another rear hand. Right, let me put it onto a bag and show you the two ways you can work it on a bag. There are two ways in which you can do it, and I'm going to show you both. Which one you do is, to be fair, whichever one you prefer. But do try them both out. One thing I want to show you that you've got to be careful that you do not do is hitting your rear hand on the bag not moving, and then you double step in anyway. So basically, I mean here, throwing that rear hand, the bag hasn't moved, which means my opponent hasn't moved. So I wouldn't double step. What I don't want to do is throw here, double step in, and now suddenly you're on the inside. The idea of this drill isn't to get on the inside of your opponent. Your opponent's move backwards and you're covering the gap. Okay, so make sure you do the drill effectively. Let's show you the first way how to do the drill. So you want to create that space after you've thrown the rear hand. So the best way to do it is to get the bag swinging. To hit the bag as it's on its way back, then look at that gap. I'm going to double step now to cover the gap and throw another rear hand. So as it swings back, I throw, and I throw again. Okay, so it's swinging, I throw, I cover it, and I throw again. I'm covering the gap. If I want to add a second shot, make sure you've done that enough times and you've got that sorted before you throw any more shots. But you can throw other shots. So here, bam, bam, and I can throw a lead hook. I can throw a few more shots after that as well. But the main part of the drill is to throw the rear hand, close the gap, throw the rear hand. The second way of doing it is to actually start further back from the bag. Now, my opponent is still in range of me. So I'm going to throw that rear hand, boom. I'm going to imagine that they've now moved backwards, pretty much where the bag is. I'm going to double step, and that puts me in range of the bag, and I'll let my shot go again. So starting with two single rear hands. There, there, Okay, and again. There, there. All right, once I'm happy with that, and I got the footwork, and I feel balanced, I'm going to bring in another shot. There, bring in another shot. Okay, again, you can go on and bring in more shots if you like. There are 2 ways to put the double step onto a bag. Try it, practice it. It's going to feel awkward to start with for a lot of people. But make sure you practice it right so you don't bring your feet too close together. So like I say, it will feel a little bit awkward to start with. That's why we drill it and drill it and drill it, slow it down and drill it some more. Shadow box it, put it on a bag. But like I say, do the drill properly, do the drill effectively so that you pattern set correctly, and then you'll bring it eventually into your sparring, then hopefully into your competing too. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thumbs up if you have, comment below if you have got any points or any questions. Get any videos, I'd love to see them, send them through. Any coaching tips you want from me, I will happily send them back. But yeah, that's it, that's the video. Like I say, I hope you got something from it, and feel free to message me anytime with any questions, and keep tuned for more videos coming out very soon.